Good evening and welcome back to Braemar Arena and the Beauty League. It is game 2 of 3, night 7, season 8 of the Beauty League. This game is really shaping up to be a great game. Both of these teams are in the middle of the pack with a 3-3 record. They've earned 6 points out of a possible 12. Tria to my left wearing black and in white to my right, Tradition. Let's go through those lineups, let you know who's playing. Casimir Kaskasuo in goal for Tradition. On defense, Aaron Ness, Grant Doctor, Paul Ledoux, and Rob Stucker. Up front, Nick Michael, John Schiavo, Henry Bolby, Connor Kurth, and Jackson Hallam. For Tria in goal, Carter McPhail. On defense, Jackson Lacombe, his season debut in the Beauty League. College teammate Ryan Chesley, Demetrius Kumansis, and Mitch Reinke. Up front, Danny Christo, Nick Swaney, Tommy Novak, Alex Coop Miners, and Vinny Lettieri. They call Vinny Lettieri the summer superstar. He leads the league in goals, and he hasn't played every week, folks. Vinny Lettieri, 10 goals, 5 assists, 4 games, tied for second in the league in scoring. He might just take the league lead tonight. Johnny Brodzinski had a big game. He was tied with Vinny Lettieri. He put up 5 goals. Dennis Chalosky, his teammate, entered the night. He had 17 points in 6 games. But a big night tonight, and Lettieri might keep pace with Johnny B. And he may top the table when we get done. So Nick Swaney also doing very well. He's got 15 points, tied for league second. Just 2 goals, 13 assists. Swaney's the setup man. He has the presence of mind to find the right guy. Also in this game, Ben Myers, Blake McLaughlin from Tradition tied at 13 points. I don't see Myers. I don't see McLaughlin, so they're flying a little short-handed without their big scores. We'll see how that plays out. I also don't see Jason Zucker. He had 10 points in 3 games before heading off to Arizona. I'm told he will not be back. They kept saying that final week that he did play. It was his last DBL game of the season. Trio wearing black. There to my left. Tradition to the right. The horses are in the gates. The puck is dropped and we are off. This is Schiavo rolling it over to Ness. My name is John Connolly here for FloHockey. I want to thank you for spending your Wednesday evening with us. This is Ness. Plays rink wide. Bolby enters the zone. Picked up by Schiavo. Bolby unable to get the tip. And now play continues with Lettieri trying to find a breakout path. Lettieri, a prolific scorer so far this year. And last, he has been an outstanding Beauty League goal scorer. We'll see if that continues tonight. One thing we saw last year as we got deeper into the season is some of the teams keyed on the players that were the top scorers and made it tough sledding, made it much harder for them to light the lamp, and production went down for those top guys in many cases. Tommy Novak with the win, and Trio, they work the perimeter. They play Lettieri. 2 passes later, down low for Demetrius Komantzis. And this is Novak trying to change the shooting angle by dragging it through his own legs. Denied. Huge save, Casimir Kaskasuo. Lettieri, Papa would be proud. He played it like a soccer player, tipping that one with his foot. Long-time Minnesota residents remember back in the day, the Minnesota Kicks goalkeeper, Tino Lettieri. There's a pass that misses. And on the turnover, headed up ice, this is Danny Christo. Top of the circle, he rolls it back to Maroney, who fans on the pass. It rolls off his stick, and they find, Chesley has a hole in his stick as well. On the counterattack, Connor Kurth, top of the circle. He's going to fire. Blocker pad saved by goaltender McPhail. And now it is Christo. Kurth just wants it more than anyone. And what a move. Connor Kurth! He gets the party started with the game's first goal. It comes less than 2 minutes in. That's going in the highlight reel. Connor Kurth unassisted. Mom and dad are here. Grandparents watching online. Take a bow. That was outstanding. Grant Doctor pokes it down low. Nick Michael. So there is a player that is skating that I wasn't expecting to see. Let me make sure I get him at it. It was Marooney. I think Marooney's on defense here for Tria. Penalty coming. Chesley goes down, and that means a penalty shot coming. It is a chance for Tria to get the tying goal. Ryan Chesley. Denied. Casimir Kaskasuo again shows up with the GoPro mounted to his helmet. We think that's what it is. Kaskasuo was part of a interesting video edit put together. Pretty sure it was Kaskasuo, where one of the Beauty League goalies was given 3 words to try to say during the game, and one of them was platypus, and I can't remember the others, but he invoked those quite easily a little early in the game, and they put that out on social media for the lulz. Oh, Michael, unfortunately, he was in perfect position in the slot, ready to pull the trigger, and a busy stick poked it away from him. Nick Michael, a fun player to watch in this league, as the only NCAA Division III player. You would never know it from watching these games. He's always looking quite good. This is Kurth. He curls up ice. He's got Michael with him. Calls off the dogs and rolls back into his own end. Short pass, Stucker. Kurth, Michael, and Doctor head off. Replacements come out. Up ice, this is Jackson Hallam. Hallam down low, bounces off of his stick. A nice play defensively, breaking it up by Reinke. There's a shot. Nice save by Carter McPhail. And Hallam, known for the wheels. He can fly. I believe it was the 3rd round when he was drafted by the Vegas Golden Knights, who now are the Stanley Cup champions. But Hallam has top-end speed that is second to none, and he was skating so fast his name placard has already fallen off. A lot of these players have a permanent name placard that's Velcroed on. Sometimes you get a player that joins the league. This is Hallam's debut for the season. I don't think I saw him last year, so could be his all-time debut. They tape it on, and he skates so fast it flew off first shift. This is Lettieri. He goes rink wide. Nice pass to Coop Miners. We're going to play 2 23-minute halves. We're a little over 5 minutes in on the first half. Down low. Lettieri into the slot area. Trying to get a stick on it was Demetrius Koumatsis. I always used to call him DK. A lot easier to say. You may hear me go with that one tonight. Reinke gets away from him. And on the counterattack, tradition up by Schiavo. Plays over in front of the benches. Back to Ness. Ness to Schiavo, and the game is tied. No, I'm sorry. It's 2-0. Kurth, they both scored going that way. Kurth. Schiavo. 2-0. So Marooney's wearing 27. Let me add him to my Tria roster. That's how we roll here in DBL action. You get some roster changes. And another one. You get some roster changes leading right up to game time. And Marooney wound up being available after all. Bowlby with the goal, and 3-0 quickly off to the races is tradition. And what's interesting about that, Tria, although they're not in first place, their record 3-3. Lettieri, Novak, and he takes the shot. Glove save, Kaskasuo. What's interesting about Tria is they lead the league in plus minus for goals. They've scored 9 more than they've given up entering tonight's game, and very quickly have fallen to +6 as they trail 3-0. Doctor with the steal. He's got Michael. Michael looks, plays this over to Schiavo. Down low for Doctor. It gets away from him on the counterattack. They see the puck skip over Lettieri's stick. He heads off. Neutral zone. Picked up by Bowlby. Doctor gets it settled. Cristo on the forecheck. Doctor. Bowlby. And rink wide. Onto the stick zone entry. Stucker. Little flyby. Surveys the situation. Makes a safety pass. Over to Kurth. Stucker's in the slot. Ledoux as well. Ledoux gets a shot off, and it's saved by Carter McPhail. Played to Chesley, right-hand side. Cristo. Cristo, click and drag. He takes the shot, makes it look easy. Danny Cristo gets Trio on the board. It is now 3-1. It's a nice goal by Danny Cristo. That is for sure. We're a little more than 8 minutes into this game. We've already had 4 goals. The earlier game, in case you missed it, was 1-0. Pretty late into the first half, and then the floodgates opened. We wound up, I think, 7-1 at halftime. This one's continued to be a high-scoring affair. Nice save there made by Kaskasuo. Down low, Cristo in the corner. He's working against defenseman Paul Ledoux. Cristo has it knocked down by Ness. Schiavo. He goes rink wide. Kurth plays Ness. Schiavo, Kurth calling for it. And Ness leaves it for him. One last pass. That does not get through, and it's Coop Miners that picks it up off the wall. Gains the zone. Swaney headed toward the goal. Swaney with the easy finish. Swaney from Coop Miners, and Tria answering back quickly. It's now 2-3. So let's give some shout-outs to the folks watching at home. I think public address announcer Jim Carroll might be catching these games. I know we typically have the Kurth grandparents. Right-hand side, Stucker. Might be some folks watching down in Florida and Texas. We're going to play 9 games in the regular season. Top 4 out of the 6 teams will make the playoffs. Semifinals a week from Monday, and then 2 weeks from today, the championship game where they play for the most prestigious trophy in summer hockey, the John Scott Cup. I have been told there is another game that day. Just like last year, we'll have a women's professional game. Make it a doubleheader. Schiavo tries to pull it through his legs. Can't quite execute the maneuver. Great defensive play by Tria. And on the bounce, picked up by Marooney. Circles across the red line. Gains the blue line. Skates into traffic and runs it down. Runs it down into the corner where he makes a centering pass. This is Kumatsis. Oh, no, that's Coop Miners. Sorry. Stucker plays Schiavo. Rink wide, on the bounce, picked up Doctor. Doctor's got Hallam if he can find him. He goes to Schiavo instead. This is Kubantzis. His pass over to Lettieri does not get through. Schiavo with the steal, and we're headed the other way. Stretching it up, Hallam. Working against Reinke. Hallam. Flyby, circles everybody, and then plays Stucker over to Doctor. Poked away from him, onto the stick of Hallam. Into the slot area, bounces over to Michael. He plays Doctor. Back to Michael, who hits Hallam. Hallam tries a little self-chip there, lofted it up in the air to himself, trying to run under it. Can't quite get it flat. Does maintain possession, however, and he rolls it back to the blue line. Doctor with this shot. And a save for McPhail, and the rare whistle with the rare face-off upcoming here in the Beauty League. We've crossed over the midpoint of the opening half, the second quarter, if you will. 11 minutes to go. 3-2 is your score. Tradition with the lead. Michael, Doctor, Bowlby, Stucker. Michael in the slot. He plays Stucker. Down to the top of the circle. He takes a shot. That one comes in right at the noggin. You saw McPhail trying to make the save and get his head out of the way. And I think the puck might have caught him up around that neck area and kind of lodged underneath the mask and the shirt and the chest pad. Play continues. Reinke up the left-hand side. Lettieri, he goes rink wide onto the stick of Kumontzis. Komontzis. Short pass. Picked up by Novak. Skates through Gretzky's office. Plays to Lettieri. Out top, Reinke, back to Lettieri. Komontzis. Onto the stick of Reinke. A lot of folks excited. Vinny Lettieri signed his contract with the Minnesota Wild organization, and he's certainly capable of spending a lot of time with the main club. I think he'll initially slotted to be in Iowa, but as you know, teams need a lot of guys to get through the season and quite a bit of excitement. Hoping to see him play for the Minnesota professional team. Just like his granddad, Lou Nanne, playing for the Minnesota North Stars back in the day. This is Lettieri down low. And the puck turns over. Oh, what a pass from Doctor to Michael, working against Maroney and going for the finish. A nice save by Carter McPhail. Things have slowed down a little bit. It's been some time since we've had a goal. It is 3-2 the score. We've got a close game. Tradition being coached by Ben Hankinson filling in. This is Kurth. He finds Ledoux. Kurth calls for it, and one last pass down low, and there's an easy one. Ledoux over to Kurth, and it's on the back door for an easy tap in. Turn around and give me a number. That's Henry Bowlby. Bowlby from Kurth and Ledoux, and Tradition regains a 2-goal lead. Christo, Chesley, Swaney. Swaney's own entry. Bouncing puck over to Schiavo. And 2 passes later, they find Connor Kurth's zone entry, working with Chesley behind him. Kurth, he's going to take, I thought he was going to take that shot. He couldn't quite get it off. And now it's played over for Ledoux. Ness, he's got Chesley marked closely by Kurth. I think it looks like Ryan Chesley has made it his night's work to keep Connor Kurth off the board. He's marking him quite closely everywhere they go this shift. That should be a fun matchup to watch. College teammates, but friends no more, at least for the moment. This is Ness to his backhand. Over to Kurth. Takes a shot that deflects into McPhail, who gets the save and the cover. And the faceoff coming to his left. Schiavo and Christo in the face-off spot. Swaney and Ness on the wall. Hallam's got the name back on the jersey. Let's see if that stays. And he turns up ice. Plays his college hockey at the University of Michigan, Big Ten player. Ness trailing. Instead, they go low. Hallam with the tip. Save made. Play continues. Swaney shoots into the glove. Beautiful save. Casimir Kaskasuo, very patient, never panicked, makes the save. Play continues. This is Ness. He goes back to Kaskasuo, leaves it for Schiavo. Hallam up ice, working into the zone against Chesley. Chesley down in the corner. Nice little counter move. He escapes Hallam and pulls it up in front of the benches. Chesley coasting through the neutral zone. Puck knocked down. Coop Miners on retreat. Plays the safety valve. Marooney turns it over to Schiavo, and Schiavo, no goal! What a save by Carter McPhail, but I hope that makes the highlight reel. Schiavo did the little flapjack maneuver. He got the puck onto his stick and tried to turn it over. Little flapjack maneuver, we'll call it, and the save made by Carter McPhail. Into the slot, Coop Miners. That's a missile, and it's Ticklin Twine. Tria cuts the margin to 4-3. Beautiful goal in the slot by Alex Coop Miners. He plays professionally in Sweden. Oh, just see the Kurth parents are in front of us now. They were coming in and going to the other side. Must have been walking over to that mini donut stand. Face-off won by tradition. They went back into their own end. They played it up the right-hand side to the house. Save made by Carter McPhail, and play continues. This is Coop Miners. He hits Chesley through the neutral zone effortlessly. Puck poked away. Bowlby 2 passes later, now 3 passes. They hit Michael, who gains the zone. One of the fun things, if you haven't seen Beauty League ever before, and somebody's trying to explain it to you, I guess this shift is a good example. A lot of times, all 4 players on one team will touch the puck in the span of about a second and a half. You know, bing, bing, boom, bong. And sometimes it leads to some beautiful goals. Always leads to some beautiful play. Bowlby plays this back to Ness. Off the wall, picked up by Ledoux. Ledoux looks off Ness. He hits Michael. Back to Ness. Aaron Ness, former Olympian. He's got high hopes as he snaps this one around the wall. Picked up by Ledoux. Kurth in the slot area. Lettieri with the steal, and he's headed up the other way. Runs into some static. Bowlby. He's got options with it, and he plays it up the right-hand side to Ledoux, who uses Kurth as a safety valve. Oh, Kurth, little fake. Shed Lettieri in the process and goes to Ledoux, who hits Ness. This is Kurth. Through the Gretzky's office, into the slot. Ledoux shot goes wide. Ness, 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go in this opening half. 4-3 is your score. Tradition on top. They've got the zone and a 1-goal lead. Ness tries to hit Kurth. Bouncing puck. Kurth gets it settled down for Ness, who takes the shot. Save and a smother. Carter McPhail. Ness and Kurth stay out, joined by Ledoux and Hallam. Christo the other way. Novak in the center spot. He's got Chesley, and the 4th player is Marooney. Nice pass through his own legs over to Christo. Christo, his shot deflected wide. Picked up by Hallam over out of the corner. And now Ness. Right side, bounces over the stick of Hallam, and no icing call. They typically don't blow the whistle for that in Beauty League. Play continues. Everybody was slowing down. It looked like they were waiting for the whistle. Never came. And Marooney runs into some static. Loses the puck. This is Stucker. He's got Hallam and Doctor. Kurth on the far wing. Zone entry, Doctor. He's got Kurth, the trigger man, takes the shot instead. And the rebound Played by Stucker over to Doctor. Kurth in the slot area trying to find a open spot. They overlap and give it to him. Connor Kurth ran into Christo, and now it's 3-on-1 the other way. They play this to Chesley. Novak trailing. Chesley goes for the finish. Blocker pad saved by Kaskasuo. And now up ice, here comes Tradition. Doctor, zone entry. Hallam trailing. Chesley does a good job stepping into the passing lane. And there's a nice save made by Carter McPhail. 45 seconds to go. 45 seconds to go in the opening half. 4-3 is the score. Left-hand side, zone entry. Nice move for Novak. Denied, huge save, Kaskasuo. Reinke leaves it for Novak. Trying to get the shot off past Doctor. Save made by Kaskasuo. How many times have I said that tonight? Novak poked out to neutral. Regroup Swaney. 15 seconds to go. Time for one more shot. Schiavo with the steal. Bouncing puck in front of the bench. 7 seconds to go in the half. That's going to do it. I'm going to catch my breath. 2 minutes goes up on the board. We'll be back with second half action in just a moment. You're watching Deputy League here on Flow Sports. Back to the action. Second half begins. 23 minutes goes up on the board. Vinny Lettieri takes the draw, wins it back to Demetrius Komatsi. And they snap a pass to Chesley, back to Lettieri. They've done a good job of keeping Lettieri off the board, as tradition, and we'll see if that continues. He's been a prolific scorer so far this year. Zone entry for Doctor. Trying to get a shot off, spin and shoot. What a beautiful glove save by Carter McPhail. In a close game like this, you have a feeling the difference could be who scores when they flip the switch. If you haven't seen, Bernatello's Pizza sponsors Zahat Puck. And when the switch is flipped, each team has a goal lamp on their bench. For the next 2 minutes, goals count double. And in a close game, this is Chesley. Let's say you get one and the other team doesn't. That's a big difference, a big swing. So we'll see what happens here. Chesley goes to his backhand for the finish. Denied, huge save by Kaskasuo. To this point, neither team has used the hot puck. Schiavo! Bernatello's is the umbrella over brands you love, like Brewpub Latza Matza, Orbs, Pizza Corner, and my personal favorite, the Bellatoria. Bellatoria, take your pick. I asked somebody from the company how to pronounce that. They said either way is fine. So. Puck's moving around and winds up onto the stick of Aaron Ness, who plays Ledoux. Back to Ness. Cristo right on him. Over to Ledoux. He takes the shot. Blocker pad saved by McPhail. Play continues. Chiava with the rebound. Over to Ledoux once again. This shot gets knocked down in traffic. Comancis. Cristo. And he heads up ice for Tria. Cristo's got Coop Miners trailing. He also has Maroney filling. And back to Cristo, who can't get that one through. Nice save by Casimir Kaskasuo. Cristo deflected by Ness. Rolled out top, Maroney. He plays right side, Cristo. Back to Maroney. Overlapping is Reinke. Maroney tries to take it through traffic, and coming out the other side, it's actually Chiava with the puck with the turnover. Here comes Tradition up ice. Ness plays it up left-hand side, back to Ness. He pokes it down low. Bolby over to Stucker. He's got Kurth as an option. Instead, he tried to move, and now it's Maroney the other way. Coop Miners trailing. Over for Coop Miners. He goes to his backhand, back to his forehand. Fans on the shot. Now it's Kurth leading a 2-on-1 the other way. Works into the zone against Cristo. He's going to take the shot, folks. And he got the goaltender down, but McPhail manages to make the save. Up ice is Reinke. Plays it off the wall to himself, waiting for some teammates to gain the zone, and eventually Bobby Orstal, he rolls it out to neutral zone. Opening up some room, he plays it over to Chesley, who drags it around college teammate Kurth. Chesley, left-hand side, Novak. Down low. Oh, shot comes in high for Novak. And with a stoppage, 19 minutes to go. We're 4 minutes deep into the second half. 4-3 is the score. Tria still trailing by 1. They bring the face-off outside the zone. It's going to be right in front of the Tria bench. Comanci plays Lettieri. It's good to see the Italian-Greek connection. That earlier game, we had all three Brodzinski brothers with Dennis Chalosky. Down low is Bolby. Leaves it for Kurth, who fires. Oh, one more chance here for Stucker and a couple of huge saves. Carter McPhail says if you ever tweet saves, pick those two. It's an unfriendly league for the goalies. It's definitely a challenge. And a lot of goals get tweeted out, so it is nice when they do tweet the saves. This is Novak. He takes a shot. It's the blocker pad of Kaskasuo. A little stoppage, and the faceoff comes to the goaltender's left. Novak in the spot with Hallam. Lettieri's been quiet so far. Keep an eye on him, 95 black. Michael runs over to the wall. Plays this to Ness. Gets away from him, and now Tria zone entry. Novak plays Maroney. Back to Novak. Ness gets a stick in the way. Novak. Reinke. Oh, they try a bank off the goaltender, and banks are closed, but you could see what Lettieri was working on. He was trying to bang it in off the back of the goalie's leg. Maroney down low, hits Novak. The shot deflected wide by Kaskasuo. Hits the back glass. Play continues. Novak to Reinke. He tees it up, fires it just wide. Lettieri down to Reinke. That one gets up high and out of play. 16:20 to go in the second half. 4-3 the score. No goals so far in the second half. We're 7 minutes in. Neither team has tallied. Played over to Ledoux. Gives it back. Michael. Zone entry. Leaves it for Hallam. Jackson Hallam. Works down low. Backhand shot. That's saved by Carter McPhail. He's got the cover, and the faceoff's going to come to the goaltender's left. Hallam and Novak. Draw one by Hallam. Nice tip there for John Schiavo, but it went just wide of the mark. This is Ledoux. Working it down slowly, down to Schiavo. Gets away from him, and on the counterattack, headed up ice, Chesley, Novak, and the trailer is Swaney. Swaney fires. Nice play by Komatsis to keep the puck in the attacking zone. You know, when you give up numbers one way and a puck turns over in this league with that 4-on-4 structure, you kind of know if you headman the puck, you're going to have numbers the other way, and that's what they tried. But that safety valve, that lone man back, Komatsis got his stick on it and managed to save the play for Tria, kept the zone, and they didn't give up the big rush. Chesley to Komatsis. Puck gets away from him. Jackson Hallam, he's trying to locate Schiavo, who is behind the defenders, and he swings wide. Coop Miners forces him behind the goal into the slot area. That's a shot from Bowlby, hits the back glass. We are now 8.5 minutes into the second half. Nary a goal scored. Chesley, Stucker, and picked up by Swaney. Bowlby, Schiavo, into Doctor for the finish, and what a save by McPhail. He's made a lot of great ones. 9 minutes into this half, still no goals. Kaskasuo, by the way, tied for the league lead in shutouts. When you go to the DBL website and look at the scoring leaders and the goaltenders, they've got the goals against, they've got the save percentage, and all the goalies that have played tied with 0 shutouts, which does not come as a surprise, as a typical game might have about 15 goals scored, 8-7, 10-5, 11-3. All those are scores that we're used to seeing here in Beauty League action. It's like a pitcher's duel. Goaltender's doing a great job. Just 7 goals scored and none this half. Coop Miners trying to find a way through. Puck gets over. Now it's picked up by Connor Kurth. He's trying to get open as they gain the zone. The puck comes back to him. He fires and a glove save. Beauty McPhail with the mitt. 10 minutes into this half. Still no goals. John Connolly here for Flow Sports. Game 2 of 3 tonight on night 7 of DBL action. Winner of this game almost assuredly will advance to the playoffs. The loser, on the other hand, they're going to have some work to do next week. Stucker down low for the tip and a huge save by McPhail. Bowlby denied on the doorstep. What a great save by Carter McPhail. Like a radio disc jockey putting together a highlight reel. Carter McPhail is going to say, oh, just go pull that game. Go pull the game in DBL against Tradition on August 9th. I was en fuego. Lettieri swings wide. Kurth with the steal, headed up ice, 2-on-3. He's got Bowlby trailing his Stucker. He hits the trailer. Stucker runs into Christo, bounces to Bowlby. Doctor on the point, Kurth down low. And it's back to the aforementioned Doctor for the tip. Kurth has that roll off his stick. It hits the back wall. Kurth out. Doctor from the slot area, poked away and headed up ice. This is Lettieri. He gains the zone. Right-hand shot, gets the puck flat, shoots high. Nice save by Kaskasuo. Hits the back netting. Will continue after a face-off to the goaltender's right. Novak in the spot. Lettieri on his wing. Chesley and Comances are behind. Draw tipped over. Michael's going to skate it out. Tradition brings it through the neutral zone. Gain the attacking third with a pass. Over to Hallam, who tries to knife. Tried to knife his way into the slot area, and then he actually kicked goaltender McPhail in the face mask with his skate blade. And fortunately, he's wearing a face mask because Gump Worsley would have been going to the room right now to get stitched up. 10:30 to go. Still no goals in the second half. I said it earlier. I'll say it again. Whichever team wins the hot puck, very likely to win this game. Michael zone entry, pulls it around Chesley, and the pass. What a beauty. Set up man Nick Michael. And Tradition gets the goal to make it 5-3. And turn your back. Oh, that's Hallam. Hallam from Michael. Jackson Hallam on the board. Nick Michael with a beauty setup. And it is now 5-3 Tradition. I told you. And it's not like I should get any credit. Anybody who watches these games this year and last year knows. Oddly enough, Nick Michael, not a Division I player. He certainly looks like he should be. He continues to play very, very well. And he plays almost every game. Nick Michael, kind of a workhorse here in DBL action. What a beautiful setup there. And now he gets the payoff the other way. Almost a breakaway. Got over his stick. He works against Chesley. This is Ledoux. Novak. Letary. Instead, he plays rink wide for Chesley. Little curly cue. He hits Novak. Novak's going to shoot. Chesley down low, trying to wiggle free, get a shooting lane. Instead, he passes it back to Novak. There's 9 minutes to go in this 23-minute half. We're 14 minutes in. We're definitely into the final quarter, if you will. And up the right-hand side, this is Hallam. He's got Michael. This time it's Hallam. He takes a shot, comes in high. That one gets deflected by Carter McPhail up over the glass into the netting, and we've got a stoppage. Face-off comes to the goaltender's left. Kurth in the spot. Ledoux over his shoulder. Shivo to his left. And Ness out as well for Tradition. They lead by 2. 5-3 is the score. Equipment issue for McPhail nearly resolved. Coming close. They finally stopped the clock. Coming close to 8 minutes to go. It's Kurth down low. Can't get the puck the other side. And it's picked up by Reinke. Got Coop Miners. Instead, he goes up the right-hand side with it, darting into the zone. This is Swaney. They ring into the slot area. Puck bounces up high, and now Kurth calls for it. He works the right-hand side, gets the puck flat, and trying to find someone to pass to. Good job defensively by Tria, taking away those passing lanes. This is Kurth working Gretzky's office into the slot. That's Ness. Puck bounces away from him, and it's Tria the other way. Ledoux on the retreat. Back behind his own goal, Swaney. Token pressure. Coop Miners behind him. A little bit of a trap here for Tria, trying to clog that neutral zone, make it tough for Tradition to get up ice. Ness leaves it for Kurth. Over to Schiavo, back to Kurth on the bounce. Runs it down into the corner. Tries to jam a pass through. It doesn't make it, and the puck turns over, and here comes Tria the other way. Reinke gains the red line, gains the blue line, puts on the brakes, buying some time. Swaney's an overlap option. He hits him. Kumansi's back on the blue line. Coop Miners with a backhand. Puck bounces around, and now it's Kurth the other way. Long shift for him. He's trying to find a teammate, but his teammate Ness went off, runs into Chesley. As we've seen throughout the night, they seem to be knotted up with each other often. Oh, that's a funny little bounce up in the top corner. And it's a goal for Tradition. They take a 6-3 lead. I'm not sure who gets credit for that one, honestly. I didn't see exactly what happened. I saw the puck elevate and then get deflected and wind up in that top corner. And that makes it 6-3. Tradition doubling up here on Tria with just 6 minutes remaining in a very low-scoring affair. We're going to listen to public address announcer Adam Abrams as he tells us what happened. Doctor. Schiavo. Doctor with an assist to Schiavo. Doctor had the stick in the right place, got the tip, and Grant Doctor with the goal gives him a little bit of a cushion. We've got less than 6 minutes to go. Neither team's hit the hot puck button. This is Bowlby trying to make it a 4-goal lead. Over to Michael, and I thought it might have slithered through, but a nice save by McPhail. Ben Hankinson standing near the goal lamp. Eric Rasmussen on that Tradition bench. Chesley brings it in. Christo stayed on side, maybe not, but play continues. Down low, over for Lettieri, bounces off of his stick. Nice save made by Kaskasuo. And Michael in a foot race down with Carter McPhail. McPhail gets control of the puck, leaves it for Chesley. Ryan Chesley working his way up ice. Gains the red line, gains the blue line, plays Lettieri. Mentioned Lettieri plays hockey. His father played a different sport, soccer, professionally. Chesley plays hockey for the U of M. His father played a different sport. He was a Golden Gopher golfer. This is Christo coming in with Lettieri. Lettieri, the puck carrier, he fires a shot. That one goes wide. 4 minutes, 44 seconds to go, and it's 6-3. We're going to be watching for the hot puck. Shout out to Glenn watching these games from the Sunshine State. Long-time hockey fan. I just thought he'd tune in, catch some DBL action. Face-off controlled, swinging around behind the goal is Doctor. 2 passes later, and it's back on his stick. He takes it from Stucker, zone entry. We got Hallam in the slot looking for it. Instead, they play Stucker. Couple backhand passes. That does not quite connect. This is Lettieri with a stretch pass all the way up. It's a breakaway. Novak going for the finish. He shot quickly near side high. Casimir Kaskasuo with the save. He recovers in time to stop that clapper from Reinke. Couple nice saves from Casimir Kaskasuo. The hot puck is in effect. Should they score, goals count double for Tria. And 3 nice saves there from Casimir Kaskasuo will go a long way to holding this 3-goal margin. Just 3 minutes, 38 seconds remaining. Get you a reset. 3 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in the second half. Kaskasuo and Tradition on top. Still 73 seconds to go in that double-up hot puck for Tria. It's Coach Ben Clymer flipped the switch there. I guess Ben Hankinson filling in for Eric Rasmussen on the other bench. The Tradition also has 2 minutes remaining when they can flip the switch. And if it doesn't happen before then, it'll kind of default to the final 2 minutes of the game. So if Tria is going to come back, they cannot allow any more goals, and they need to score one quickly. They have 40 seconds to go. Chesley with a shot, and it's a dart just inside the post. That makes it 6-5, folks. Don't go anywhere. 3:07 to go. Still 42 seconds of hot puck time remaining. They waited a long time to get it, but that is the big goal they've finally been waiting for. That scoreboard ticks up from 6-3 to 6-5. That goal counts double, and they could take a lead if they can score right now. And it's the hot hand, Vinny Lettieri. He's the leading goal scorer coming into tonight. He's been quiet all night, but you have a feeling they're going to find a way to get him the puck with a chance to score late in this game. Sun goes down, the Stars come out, and summer superstar Vinny Lettieri out on the ice right now with Ryan Chesley, Tommy Novak, and Marooney. This is Lettieri trying to get that pass through to Chesley. There's just 8 seconds remaining in the hot puck. When that expires, any goal scored by Tria will just count as one. Rooney, as time expires, the shot goes wide. Now there's 2:25 to go. Ben Hankinson on the bench here for Tradition is yet to flip the switch, and it'll default to the final 2 minutes of the game if he doesn't act soon. 2:10 to go. Keep an eye on the goaltender. Won't be surprised if they pull Carter McPhail. Bowlby, zone entry. Puck gets away and onto the stick of Ledoux. Back to Bowlby. He shoots just wide of the mark. Carter McPhail in position. The hot puck is on here for Coach Ben Hankinson and Tradition. Keep an eye on goaltender McPhail. I'm assuming they'll pull him down 1 into the final 2 minutes of the game. This is Chesley. Gains the red line. Zone entry. Goaltender still in for now. Schiavo. Couple nice. Oh, there's a good scoring chance for Schiavo. And he finishes that one off. Tradition with that goal from Schiavo. They had a 6-5 lead. It is their hot puck. Now they answer back. Scoreboard ticks up 7-5, 8-5. Now it's an insurmountable 3-goal lead here for Tradition with just 78 seconds left. But boy, oh boy, did that goal from Chesley ever make it interesting. They were down 3, had the hot puck. He cut it to 1 with that goal. And unfortunately, the denouement, if you will, leads to another goal. Literary French term, how did I do? And now it is 10-5. Final score, no reflection of the game that we just saw, but it will see Tradition run their record to a 4-3 mark, 8 points out of a possible 14, as we look to the final week of the season with 2 games. They should be in very good shape. And Tria, a little bit of work to do with a 3-4 record. They'll probably be tied for 4th and 5th with someone at the end of the night. This is Nick Michael going for the finish. Can't quite squeeze that one through. Play continues and headed up the other way, up the right-hand side, DK. DK in the slot, wants it back. Puck doesn't arrive, and now this one bounces up to Schiavo. Up the right-hand side, 30 seconds to go. He hits the trailer. Ledoux, lighting lamps. That makes it 12-5 on the scoreboard. But like I said, it was 6-5 just moments ago. As predicted, the team that won the hot puck in the close game like this will be your winner. 3 goals scored with the light on for Tradition. And their coach, their fill-in coach, Ben Hankinson, they will get the win over Tria. 20 seconds to go. I'll start winding things down here. Game 2 of 3 is in the books. I want to thank you for spending your Wednesday evening with us. This is John Connolly for Flo Sports, FloHockey, and we'll be back with the nightcap after a 15-minute break. Puck drop around 7:30, let's say, and kind of a do or die here in the nightcap for one of the teams bringing up the rear in the standings. It is Anderson with a 1-4-1 record. Backs against the wall. You don't want to miss it. Do they stay alive? Keep those playoff hopes burning. From Braemar Arena. Be back in 15 minutes.
He'll come over inside the puck. Remember, if you catch the puck, bring it to the concession stand for a free group of Matza Pizza. Again, your player of the game from Tradition, number 11, John Schiavo.